swear at me again and you're going to get arrested.
On the day that his best friend died, the anti-regime Iranian journalist famous for his Hamas is terrorist poster was arrested for the 6th time. He spoke exclusively to me to tell his side of the story.
Police always stopping me to stop my activity, my journalism.
I'm Jonathan Sacerdoti. Niyak Ghorbani, thank you for joining me again, and I know that you've been having a tough time recently, but your latest arrest was not the worst of it. Could you just tell me what happened? You were arrested again, and this time it looked a bit different from usual.
Hi, Jonathan. Thank you so much for having me again. First of all, I want to just tell to all friends that she's standing with me in this horrible time. Just 5 days ago, I lost my really best friend. She's had a cancer. And I was not really well, and many messages. The friends are standing with me. I want just telling them thank you so much. Yeah, this time.
Let me just say I'm so sorry to hear that. And when you told me, I was very, very sad about it. And I know that what I said to you then, as now, is I think it's all the more impressive that you're fighting the fight you are, even with the difficulties going on in your life that maybe some people didn't know about.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I was actually near Leeds. We actually sent his body to Iran for the family actually doing funeral ceremony for him in Tehran. And today was his ceremony. And when I'm coming back in London, around 4:30, we arrived in London and was front of embassy around 5 evening.
Is this the Iranian embassy you went to?
Iranian consulate, actually. Iranian consulate.
And just set the scene, why you went there at that time?
I'm just going there, same as last time. We're going to, many people going there and protesting against the people which is standing with Islamic Republic. Many of them come here in UK as a refugee, political refugee, and they going and join to this circus election. That's our problem. That's the problem of the Iranian people, which are against Islamic Republic. They are saying, we left our country, we left our family here. We're going around the world, and we're not able to going back in Iran again until this brutal regime is stay in power in Iran. We cannot going again in Iran. And you, as an Iranian here in London, you're going and vote for Islamic Republic and standing with the Ayatollahs in Tehran. That's why, I just want to go and interviewing them as a journalist, asking them, what are you doing? What are you standing with the Islamic Republic? If you're standing with Islamic Republic, what are you doing here in London? I just want to interviewing them and showing their face to the Iranian people in Iran, London, everywhere. They understand how the Islamic Republic works actually in the world,
You went to the Iranian consulate here in the UK because people were voting, Iranian nationals in the UK were voting on that day in the presidential elections, which in a way were, as all Iranian elections are at the moment, a sham election. And so your aim was to interview Iranian nationals who are here in the UK. Presumably, most of them don't want to be in Iran under the Islamic Republic, and yet they're voting. So this was your interest as a journalist in covering what kind of people were going to take part in that, as you said, a circus of democracy. It's not really a democracy. And again, we can talk another time about the new president who won being a so-called moderate, that, you know, nobody really within that system has any power to be moderate or reforming while the Islamic Republic is still in charge. But just to go back to that scene then, so you were recently bereaved. That day, your close friend, an Iranian here in the UK, had passed away, who had been suffering for a long time from cancer. And you then went straight from Leeds, where he'd been, to London, to the consulate, to interview Iranians who were voting in the election. And then what happened that led to your arrest during that?
You know, actually, Jonathan, I'm just thinking about that. You know, I lost my friend. My friend passed over. 3 years he was in cancer. He cannot even going back in Iran and visit his family. Even he knows this is the last month he is still alive, you know, and how they can going and, you know, standing with the Islamic Republic, as Khamenei said, you know, every vote is a confirmation from the people for us, you know. How you confirm Islamic Republic, which is, you know, they are, you know, how you confirm this dictatorship, and, you know, even you cannot again going in your country, as you maybe you lied to UK government. Actually, if you are lying to you, telling, you know, lie to UK government and get a refugee status, UK government actually should be care about that. You should be looking forward who is those people going to consulate, you know, who they are. You should be, actually, UK government should care about that, not just the Iranian people. We fighting for us, for our freedom, but we looking too for the UK government as well, for British people as well. Who knows those people are working with IRGC or not. Maybe one day they come in the street and doing something as a terrorist, you know, here in London street, in the UK, who want to stop them. You should be care about them, not us. You should be care about your safety, not Iranian people. We just want to showing their face to the all Iranian people for the future. When the freedom come, we you know, victory come. Actually, we give them to, you know, the court, and they should be answered to the court why they standing with the Islamic Republic. But you should be, as a British government, should be caring about their people here in UK, their safety.
So I think that's a very good point, which is to say that as a journalist, you're engaged in work that there's a public interest in. There's always this public interest measure in journalism. And there's a great public interest in seeing and hearing from the people in the UK who are Iranian nationals who've chosen to be here rather than in Iran. Many, as you said, because they've claimed that they can't be in Iran under this regime. And yet they are effectively endorsing and backing up the regime by taking part in the sham election in the consulate here for the new president. And so you had an interest as a journalist in satisfying the public's interest in knowing about those people, who they are, what they have to say, how they're voting, why they're coming to vote. I think that is journalistically perfectly valid and, in fact, of national and public interest. So I think that your grounds for being there as a journalist filming were understandable, and I think we've established that.
Those people, you know, they are standing with the Islamic Republic, and in the same time they saying we are opposition or we are, against Islamic Republic, what's happening in Iran, we are against that. Okay, where you are against, how are you going to going to consulate or going to embassy? How you going and confirm Islamic Republic? Is that not true? UK government should be check all of them. You actually, for your safety, should be check them what they do here in this country. They are famous between Iranian as a standing by Islamic Republic, and in the same time they are against Islamic Republic. They are, I had one time I speak with him, and I think the Potkin Azarmer one time he speak with him as well, and to get a problem with him, and he have a court actually on 15th of July with this guy. But
in fact, I interviewed Podkin about this exact incident, and there's an interview of that people can watch where we hear more about that detail.
Exactly. And the guy 2 times going to this election circus, and he talking about us and saying, we are in wrong. We don't have a right to filming them or showing their face, and some stuff like that. I'm saying, okay, we are not worried about you. What do you think? We are worried about the first thing, Iran, and second thing here, London, UK, which is the country we left our home, and we want to have a home here. Actually, you want to make that the UK same as Iran. What you do in Iran, actually, you want to make us unsafe here as well. UK government, if they care about their people here in UK, they should be take action, not us. We won't just try to show them how serious is this tema. They should care about that.
And in that respect, you're filming people on the street. You weren't inside the consulate, and filming people in a public place on the street shouldn't be problematic. So what exactly unfolded when you were filming there as a journalist?
I'm always everywhere. It doesn't matter where I am. When something happened wrong, I try to, filming, asking people, even it's not public. As a journalist, I try to, show the people what's happening around the world or what's happening here in London, When I arrived 2 days ago, actually, in front of Iranian consulate, I'm just seeing, because I was in contact with my friend. He told me, look, the people are here standing front of consulate are coming from Iraq, Lebanon, and Syria. They are just standing, Palestine. They are standing here and against us, and the police actually protect them. So, okay, interesting. I should be going interviewing them and asking them, what's happening? What are you doing here? The Islamic Republic actually pay you or something like that? I'm just, I'm just thinking, I should be going and interviewing them. When I arrived, I straight away going and interviewing the first one, which is he assault the Navid, which was 1 month ago in front of Islamic in Wembley, Islamic Center in Wembley. He assault Navid, and he's already in the street walking free,
he assaulted
So to be
someone
clear,
and what?
there was that assault that was filmed, and it was in the Telegraph and other papers as well, I know, of people who'd gone to protest in Wembley, I believe, outside what was a memorial service for the previous Iranian president who died in that helicopter crash. And there was a service sort of praising him. There were protesters outside, Iranians, and some of those people from inside the ceremony came out and assaulted on film some of the protesters.
Exactly.
You're saying that one of those people that carried out the assault was present outside the consulate where you were working, filming people and filming the general voting that was going on from outside. So you went over to address them and find out why they're there. The same people who you see regularly at not just Iranian-linked protests, right? Do you see them at other protests around London?
Exactly. And I straight away going and first person, which is I'm interviewing, that was this guy. I'm going to, ask him, I have a question. What are you doing here? He straight away look at me and say, what are you doing here? Say, what's going on with you? Do you have a brain? I'm Iranian. I'm here. I do, do report for the Iranian people what's going on exactly and what's happening here. And he telling to the police, and the police straight away come and stand between us and say, go in that way. You should be going to the protester here in this side. You should be attend them. Say, look, I'm a journalist, and I give my ID to them, and they just check. I say, can we have a chat? We want a quick chat with you. Just come back. They don't want to speak with you. Say, he wants to speak with me. You coming between us, you covering my camera, and you just, try to stop my activity. What do you do? Leave me alone. I leave me do my job, They try to, pushing me back. I do my job, with respect on the law, and no, I don't give it anybody permission to break my job or break my personality, I'm just telling them, look, I do my job and you cannot stop me. Okay? Done. I don't want to speak with you. And they try always. When I start with speak with them, with the people, which is they vote or the Arab guy was there, when I want to speak with them, they come and between us. They come in between us. The police, without any request. They say, we want to de-escalate, the right now, and we want
the famous de-escalation that they're always trying to do, which tends to involve moving on the law-abiding people to protect often the people who are violent or intimidating.
Yeah, they just circling me. The police actually circling me, and they try to, put me under pressure. I say, look, I do my job. Leave me alone. The police officer, which is, I was in interview with the guy who was with mask. I try, I'm going the other side. I'm coming back. I speak with the protester. I going, speak with someone who vote and gone. I try.
This man was there not to vote either. He's not Iranian. He doesn't have a vote. He, as far as you're aware, he was there as a protester. Is that right?
The last guy, which is I'm speak with him, when he want to go, I ask him, do you want to go to vote? He didn't answer. He going to vote. He going vote and coming back with his finger, with blue finger actually. He coming out and I saw him and I asked him, do you vote? He say, what do you think? With, like that. He say, what do you think? I say, yeah, do you vote? Just answer my question. The security guy, put his umbrella in my camera. I say, what are you doing here? And the police officer comes straight away between us. And I say, he don't want to answer you. He don't want to answer you. I say, it's not your business. I speak with him. He answered my question. It's not your business. Why you come and between us and try to hide, him? Why you starting, why you covering the terrorist supporters, actually? The Islamic Republic in Iran are terrorists. They kill Iranian people just in 1 week, 1,500 people. How you support them? And they standing with them. How you supporting those people? That's why they make you crazy. The police officer make you crazy. And if you get a, reaction, they say, oh, look, time to arrest.
And is that when they arrested you?
Yeah, I tell him, F off. I don't want to speak with you. And he comes straight away back and say, if you one more time swearing, I will arresting you. I say, what are you doing? He always touching me, he pushing me, and his hand was, really down to didn't his camera detect his hand, That's why he was, his hand was really down, and he tried to pushing me back. And when we was in front of consulate, he pushing me back straight away, hard pushing me back. And, I say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? We have a film. I didn't filming this time, but I was lucky. The Daniel actually filming, and we have this film. I was interviewing with the guy.
What I want to
mask.
say at this point is how many you've been arrested now before this incident? How many times in London?
6 times.
So, and these 6 times it's been for a variety of things where effectively you've said you haven't done anything wrong or illegal. Many of those times they've de-arrested you promptly, but not promptly enough. They basically take you out of where you've been, either working or protesting, arrest you to do so. In one of them, wrestled you to the ground. I've seen that. They're often manhandling you, and the police have basically done what they can to remove you from the scene that they're trying to protect, and then de-arrested you. Or in the last time we spoke, they imposed these ridiculous sweeping bail conditions on you that you had to then go to court to have overturned. The judge agreed they were unreasonable. But so the reason I mention all of this is this time. You're saying that effectively you felt that the policeman was pushing you while you were doing your job. He was interjecting in a place where there was no reason for him to do so. And you felt aggrieved by this. You're also not probably in your best emotional state because of the situation with your dear friend who had passed away that very day. And you your anger boiled up, and you did tell the policeman to go away. You did swear at him. And at that point, for that, you're saying, having been provoked effectively is what you're telling me. You lost your temper. He told you, if you swear at me, I'll arrest you. And then he arrested you, correct?
Yes. The funny thing is, I was interviewing with the guy with mask, and the Arab guy with mask, and he asked me the question, and the same police officer was standing, not beside me actually, and he just listening to us. What is our conversation? The Arab guy, I'm talking about the respect on the UK law. Okay, he tell me, okay, when the UK law, the Arab guy asking me, when UK law tell you you should be slap your mother, what do you do? I say, I do. He say, you do? Astaghfirullah. You do? I say, yes, I do. When I want to stay in this country, when I want to stay in this country and living in this country, I should be respect on the UK law. And the police officer, which was beside me, he laughed on me. I said, look what it say. I turn my camera to him and I ask him, do you accept what I'm saying? Do you agree with me? He say, what? What do you say? Say, are you angry with me? You should be respect on UK law or not? He said, it's interesting. You're asking the police officer, you respect on the UK law or not? Absolutely. Say, yeah, because you're laughing on my answer. If I don't want to do that, I leave this country and I'm telling as a free country. When they put this law on the UK law, I leave this country because this country is not anymore free.
So I want to be clear here. That police officer that you had that conversation with, is that the same one who arrested you?
Exactly. And this is just targeted
before
me.
the arrest. So effectively, if I've understood correctly, what you're saying is that he kind of joined in. He joined in your conversation with the guy you were arguing with, interviewing on camera. This guy asked you, you're such an adherent, you're adhering to UK law so strictly. Would you adhere to UK law if it told you to beat your mother? And you said, you know what? If that were the law in this country and I wanted to be in this country, I would abide by it. It's a pretty stupid question on his part because UK law tries to be UK law tries to be free and reasonable. It's only the law in Iran that I think advocates beating women for things that you don't approve of. But we'll put that aside. We don't do that in the UK. But that was his question, and you're saying that the police officer effectively uninvited joined in the conversation by laughing, and then when you addressed him about it, kind of took some degree of, I don't know, offence maybe at your having asked him whether he would stick to UK law. So this is the background. Again, I would say that from I wasn't there, but from the way you're telling the story, I can understand that you felt that the policeman was...
I have a film. I have film for everything I'm saying,
Right. And
this time I'm filming.
Right. And so would it be your position that you basically felt that the policeman had effectively joined in? Not only had he joined in unasked, but he was actually doing so, it sounds like, in a way that was winding you up. That's what you felt.
They just, without any invitation, they come, they are standing around me and they bothering me actually. They my mind was super busy. I was so sad. And they got the police officer. I was so angry with the police officer more than Arab guy was standing there, and they tried to make me angry. And the same police officer many times touch me, push me back and say, you cannot come in this side. I say, look, I show my ID. And I can't go in this in walk side there. Say, no, you cannot. I said, look, you are just here, standing here without any, understanding about me, about them. You just want to make a telling me, actually, you want to telling me I'm a police officer.
Just to be clear as well, I think it's worth mentioning that, I've interviewed you a few times about the various interactions you've had with the police, to put it diplomatically. And a big criticism of the police over the last 8 months, when there have been a lot of protests on the streets, some of which you've been at, has been that they often stand by and allow dreadful things to happen. People with death calls about Jews or chants about Jews or the elimination of Israel or something similar. And they've often stood by and let that happen. But here in this case, they were actually joining in a way, in your interaction with this man by laughing at your answer to a question that he put to you. And so when we've seen these videos of the police at protests keeping a very stony-faced, silence in the face of quite dreadful things going on around them, people have said, well, they have to, they can't take sides, they can't show their opinions, their job isn't to do that. But in this example, it seems to me that you're suggesting that this policeman actually did express his thoughts and opinions when you were having a conversation that didn't involve him. And that, in a way, I think is part of the context of what happened to you. And then how did he come to actually arrest you?
I will tell you something about the swearing. The big reporter going to front of people which is protesting there, telling them, I'm a court, I will rape you all your sister. We will rape all your sister. What the police do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
This is one of the Iranians who is working and living in the UK who you're referring to who said that?
Video footage. There are video,
Mm-hmm.
And, same time, when I was, interviewing the guy, and the guy, actually security guy, put his umbrella in my camera, and I said, telling him, what are you doing? Why are you covering my camera? I'm just speculating. What's your problem? The police officer come between us and pushing me again, and say, he don't want to speak with you. I say, it's not your business. He answering me. He answered my question. What are you doing? What are you talking about? He say, no, he don't want to talk with you. And he asked the guy, and the guy say, no, because the police officer say, yeah, he don't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
We was in conversation. You come and without any request, you come between us. Nobody requests to come and save us. He didn't say, oh, police officer, I'm in danger. Come, please help. Nobody. You just come and drop between us and doing, want to make me angry. And they say, no, if I'm saying, yeah, go, fuck off. And I'm telling him, he say, when you swearing me again, I will arresting you. He go speak with my friend, he was speak with him and say, what are you doing? Why you don't leave him alone to do his job and speak with him and say, look, I don't want to speak with you because you smell alcohol. I say, f*** off, you're f***ing racist. He didn't drink alcohol. He just saying that because nobody can understand, he drink alcohol or not, he just telling that. I tell him, you are f***ing racist. 3 times I telling him, you are f***ing racist. And he telling to his officer, he say, yeah, he's swearing. And they say, okay, arresting him.
Now, so they've arrested you at this point because you swore once, they warned you, they would say not to do it again. And then there was this business where they said that your friend smelt of alcohol, and that again upset you, and you swore again. That's why they arrested you. So then they bundled you in the back of the van. And what happened then? How long were you? What's normal in your experience when you've been arrested? You often get put in the police cells for a period of hours.
I never keep in my mind how long I stay in police station. Never. I don't want to think about that, That's why when something happened to me, I just drop it.
Almost
leave
switch
it.
off.
I'm going, switch off and continue my job, When I want to think about that, I'm staying in this situation and I never, can stand up again. That's why I can't actually even think about that. But maximum, I think 12 hours, they keep me 12 hours.
And what did they arrest you for, by the way?
Section 5, it's mean, swearing and people feeling unsafe in the streets. It's mean the police come and arrest someone who swearing.
Okay.
I'm not alcoholic or not in the street, just swearing on the people. No. Section 5 is a just number of the something they want to
Understood.
stick on me.
And once you were
they can't.
Once you were in the police station, did their treatment of you change? Did your moods change? Were you able to kind of compose yourself, calm down? I don't know how you felt at that point.
When I was in police station, the police officer, the lady actually, asked me, she tell me, you give me wrong details about yourself. I said, you didn't ask me any question. You just arresting me. You didn't ask me even my name. You just arresting me. Don't start playing with me. And we was in Hammersmith police station. We was in waiting room, to custody, invite us to go in there. Custody officer, actually. She tried to be nice with me and she told me, she asked me, what's your job? By the way, what's your job? I say, it's not your business. I don't want to speak with you. She's silent. She didn't speak anymore. And the custody actually officer coming out and saying, yeah, searching, start searching. He says, searching again. He's searching me really nice. He was in the street, really aggressive, searching me, I have videos, how he treat with me, He was aggressive, really aggressive. He want to say, yeah, I have a power, He want just showing me his power. But in the police station, he was down, he was cool, he was okay. And when we going to, custody desk, I try to, to say, yeah, section 5, swearing and something like that. He just give report. I'm telling to the custody officer, I lost my friend. I'm not in a good situation. And I'm feeling unwell. They say, we want just, this is a very low, reason you are here. We want just reviewing the videos, footage, and leave you alone and leave you to go, release you actually. Say, okay. They playing with my solicitor as well. They telling him, you don't need to come to police station. We want just check the videos and release it. You say, okay. When they put me in a cell, I telling them, I'm not well. What do you think? How long you want to keep me here in the cell? Because they saying me in the custody, they telling me, we want to keep you short as we can, and we want to release you. That's why I was, sad, but I have a hope. I had hope to, release soon. I was totally wet, because it was raining. He tell me, yeah, we release you soon as possible,
And how long did it take?
All right. 22 hours. And in these 22 hours, they are playing with my solicitor as well. They telling him until I read the record, the custody record, and they telling to my solicitor that 10:11, 10:48, they inform him. They always, in the custody record, they say, we don't want to interview him. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, they writing, he's not ready for interview. What? He's deeply asleep, and we don't want to disturb his sleep. What do you talk about? I'm not in the 5-star hotel. I would just close my eyes, and I don't want to see this fucking, room. I just want to go home. I just want, my mind was, I was feeling pain in my heart. I really was sick there. And I telling them, the police officer at, I read the custody, 6:54. I telling to the officer, which is come and check. He asked me, are you okay? I say, no, I'm not okay. I have a pain in my heart. I have a pain in my back of my heart. I have a serious pain. They say, okay. I let them know. And he gone. 3 hours later, they take me to the nurse, to the doctor there. 3 hours later, with heart pain. I put it in my Twitter. I posted about that. And, I'm feeling not safe anymore here. They kill me here in UK because I show their face, actually the police officer face, to the people. What they want to stick on me? I'm a foreign, I'm Iranian, I'm not a British. What they want to stick on me? 6 times they are asking me. For what reason? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
In this case,
when they want to put the people in the prison, in a cell for the swearing, they should be 98% British people put them in a cell for just swearing. They just using the f***ing word in all the life.
Listen, so what I want to know is, eventually, when they let you out, what was the situation? Did they charge you with anything? Were you de-arrested after they watched the videos?
Harassment. And who is the victim? My solicitor asked, who is victim? I say, no one.
So
no one victim.
Harassment, but you harassed someone, but did they mean that you harassed the policeman?
My solicitor asked, who is the victim? The custody officer said, no one. I don't know.
And what happens next in this arrest then? Is there a court date?
After 20, I telling them, when I was in cell, I telling them at 12 at night. I telling the custody officer, when he come to me, I telling him, you will keep me here until tomorrow afternoon to make sure I'm not going to pro-Hamas supporters march.
And this, just to be clear, there was another one of the anti-Israel protests going on in London the next day, the day after you'd been arrested. You're well known for protesting against those anti-Israel protests, so holding up your banner. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and you've been arrested in that situation. We've done interviews about that before that people can see also on this YouTube account. But you're suggesting then, and you said it to them, that you think they're going to keep you in the cells on this arrest from outside the Iranian consulate in order to make sure that you couldn't turn up the next day outside at the protest. And let's just rewind as well to remind people that in our last discussion on YouTube, you explained how you'd been to court because they had put bail conditions on you when they arrested you, saying that you weren't allowed to go near any protests. You weren't even allowed to go in the city of Westminster, in the borough of Westminster. That was all overturned.
Exactly.
So it's not necessarily unfathomable that they might try to stop you being somewhere that they would prefer you not to be at, even though you're not breaking the law by being there. Is that what you're saying, effectively?
Exactly. But and then the guy, the police officer, telling me, "Who are you?" I said, "Maybe you don't know, but your head know who I am. I'm a normal person. I want to just show the British patriot, their country is in danger with the Islamic Republic of Iran, with the Hamas supporters, with the Hezbollah supporters, with the Hashd al-Shabi supporters, with those terrorist supporters. Actually, your country is in danger." That's it.
So Niyak, listen, I mean, I hear your story. I'm really pleased that you are able to share it with me and with anyone watching. I think it's very important that people know what's going on. People will arrive at their own decisions about who they think is right and who they think is wrong. It's the first time I've heard you so emotional and upset by this stuff, and I understand that is partly because they've been wearing you down in your mind, and also because of the other circumstances of what was going on in your life to do with your friend's death and illness. And for all of that, I can only say my heart goes out to you, as I'm sure is true of many people who know you and who don't. And really, it's unusual to have heard that you lost your cool. In the circumstances, it sounds certainly far less bad than a lot of things I've seen on film from protests where they haven't arrested people who did appear to pose a very serious danger and who were deeply aggressive and said a lot worse than you said in that situation. But I'm not here to second guess the law or the actions of individual police. I'm just here to allow you to have your say and to hear what happened. And so I'm really grateful that you've spent the time doing that and that you've done it with such honesty and emotion. I really think it's important. Every time we've done one of these conversations online, the comments are overwhelmingly supportive of you. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at any of them, but it's worth mentioning that people are very supportive of what you're doing. And I think that you're warning to Britain and to the wider world about the threats from the Islamic Republic, and then the knock-on effects that ripple out from that around the world, including here, from extremism, are really important ones. And so thanks again for the conversation. My condolences on the death of your friend. Very, very sad. And I wish you well. And as ever, I hope that the next time we speak, it can be in happier moments. But it's probably going to be, let's face it, at your next arrest.
Thank you so much. As our Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi said, the Islamic Republic never reformed. Even the Western country believe they reform. They try to reform. Actually, they never reform. Don't trust the Islamic Republic. They are head of terrorism in this Middle East. And we're standing with the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, and we try to show the Western country, doesn't matter, Jalili come to power or Pezeshkian come to power, it doesn't matter to you here. They are supreme leader Ali Khamenei, which is decide to do everything against the people of Iran. That's why it doesn't matter that this circus election. Yeah, we try, and we are never give up. We are never give up, especially for my best friend Puria. I never give up. I promised to him when I was saying goodbye to him, I telling him, go and sleep in our country in peace. And we try to make our country free. Thank you so much for your time. and always standing with me. Thank you.